Chosen one. You've got people wondering where you've been, what happened to you, and how you disappeared so completely because you're on a new timeline now. One day, your energy was everywhere, and the next it became untouchable. People are scrolling through your old posts, replaying your words, trying to decode where you went wrong, but you didn't. You evolved. You shifted timelines so smoothly that old connections can't even locate your frequency. What you're feeling lately, the pressure, the strange heaviness, isn't yours. It's the pull of those still stuck in the old vibration, reaching for a version of you that no longer exists. You're gone, and they know it. You did something most people will never do. You actually released the old version of yourself, not halfway, not mostly, completely. You let go of toxic patterns you carried for years. You walked away from people who were draining your life force. You left situations that were killing your spirit slowly. Some of you prayed for change, and God answered with destruction. Relationships exploded overnight. Jobs disappeared without warning. Living situations fell apart suddenly. It looked like your life was crumbling, but it was actually divine intervention clearing the path. Others initiated it themselves. You woke up one day and something inside you just snapped. You were done settling, done explaining, done shrinking to make others comfortable. You started throwing things out, decluttering your space, cutting people off who weren't growing. And now you're standing in this new reality where everything feels different because you are different. But here's the twist that changes everything. The more you detach, the more someone obsesses. The quieter you become, the louder someone's anxiety screams. Right now, someone's having sleepless nights over you. Maybe multiple people, replaying conversations, looking at old photos, wondering what could have been done differently. And get this, some are genuinely scared you're gonna tell your story. Scared people will find out how things really went down behind closed doors. Scared that carefully constructed image is gonna crumble. These people know you have every right to expose what happened. Could tell everyone the truth, but you're not doing it. You're choosing peace instead. And that mature response, making someone feel even worse about themselves. There's someone who just realized the massive mistake made with you, took you for granted when you were around, didn't value what you brought to the table, and now that you're gone, now that your energy isn't accessible anymore, full spiral mode activated, someone's experiencing a tower moment right now, and deep down knows it's karmic, knows its consequences catching up, realizing you were good for them, and the whole thing got fumbled. Some are checking your social media constantly, some asking friends about you, some literally getting readings trying to figure out what you're doing, cannot let you go because your absence is forcing a confrontation with what got lost. You might be thinking, but I'm not even focused on anyone from my past though. Exactly, that's what's driving someone insane. You're not trying to get revenge, not posting subliminal messages, just living your life. And that level of indifference, terrifying, because someone knows you could destroy a reputation if you wanted to, but you're not doing it. You're moving forward, watching you level up from a distance, knowing what got lost. Now pay attention because this is crucial. The anxiety you're feeling isn't coming from you. You're picking up on someone else's emotional breakdown. Full meltdown happening in someone's energy field, and you're feeling it because the cords aren't fully cut yet. Clinging spiritually, even though physically you're done. Staying up at night thinking about you, looking at old messages, asking the universe for signs, praying you'll come back, and all that focused attention creates pressure in your auric field. You're an empath, you're sensitive, so when someone directs this much emotional intensity at you, even from a distance, you feel it, shows up as anxiety, exhaustion, random sadness, feeling drained for no apparent reason. You think something's wrong with you, think you're backsliding, but you're not. You're just picking up on someone else's karma hitting them. And here's what you need to understand with absolute clarity. This is not your burden to carry. These are not your emotions to process. You cannot heal what you didn't break. Let me tell you why this timeline shift happened in the first place. It wasn't random. This was orchestrated divinely because you have a purpose that cannot be fulfilled while stuck in old patterns with people who don't align with your destiny. God had to move you. Your angels had to intervene. Your higher self initiated the break because you were never going to reach your full potential in that old environment. You've been praying for years, asking for change, begging for a breakthrough, and then it happened. The tower moment arrived, and in the aftermath, you found yourself in this new empty space with nothing but possibility. At first it was terrifying, right? No safety nets, no backup plans, just you and the unknown. But that's exactly where transformation happens, and you chose differently this time. Started saying no to things that used to get automatic yeses, started setting boundaries with people who never respected them before, started prioritizing yourself in ways you never had permission to before. You started listening to your intuition instead of everyone's opinions, started trusting yourself instead of seeking external validation, started building a life that actually reflects your values instead of performing for people who weren't even paying attention. Some of you are wondering why you still feel off if this is all part of your divine plan, right? Simple answer, you're carrying other people's emotions right now. Someone's guilt, someone's regret, someone's fear, someone's anger, all bleeding into your energy field because of intense focus directed at you. Think about it. Ever been in a room with someone extremely anxious and suddenly you start feeling anxious too? That's energy transfer. That's what's happening now on a massive scale. This is why you need to be diligent about cleansing right now. Cord cutting, prayer, nature, spiritual baths. Whatever your practice is, stay consistent. Not because you did something wrong, but because you're sensitive. You feel energy more intensely than most people. If this message aligned with your purpose, hype this video so fellow chosen ones can find their confirmation. Now let's address something important. Some of you feel guilty about your growth, feel bad that you left people behind, feel selfish for choosing yourself. Listen to me clearly. You are not responsible for other people's reactions to your healing. You are not obligated to stay small, so others feel comfortable. You are not required to dim your light because it makes someone aware of their own darkness. Your job is to follow your path, period, not to manage everyone else's feelings about your path. The people upset about you changing, they are revealing who they always were, showing you the connection was based on what you provided, not genuine love. Because if someone truly cared, they'd be happy you're healing, they'd celebrate your growth, they'd respect your distance. But that's not happening. Someone's spiraling because access to your energy got cut off, panicking because you can't be used anymore, angry because you're not playing the assigned role in someone's story anymore. You can feel the frustration pressing against your energy field. Some are being obvious, reaching out directly, guilt-tripping, using manipulation tactics, playing victim. Others are sneaky, working through intermediaries, sending flying monkeys, creating situations where you might randomly run into them, and some operating purely in the spiritual realm, thinking about you constantly, obsessing over old conversations, trying to energetically access you through sheer force of will. Here's your confirmation. This behavior proves you made the right choice. Healthy people don't obsess over someone who set boundaries. Healthy people don't try to force their way back into someone's life. Healthy people don't manipulate and scheme and monitor. Healthy people respect decisions and move forward with grace. The fact that someone's having this intense reaction proves things were never operating from a healthy place to begin with. Someone's anxiety proves you were right to leave. Someone's obsession proves you were right to create distance. Your luck is changing. Karma is realigning itself to support you. Everything you've been working toward is starting to click into place. The universe is rewarding you for having the courage to choose yourself. You're entering a season where things flow more easily, where opportunities appear naturally, where the right people show up at exactly the right time. But first, you have to complete this detachment phase. You have to fully release the old timeline, Stop checking if someone's okay. Stop wondering what's happening in someone's life. Stop caring whether anyone understands your reasons. Your focus needs to be forward, not backward. Every time you look back, you feed energy into that old connection. Every time you check someone's social media, you strengthen the cord. Every time you ask mutual friends about someone, you invite that energy back in. Every time you entertain thoughts of what could have been, you delay what's trying to come. Cut the cords completely, not halfway, completely. Pray over every connection. Ask your angels to sever all energetic ties between you and anyone who no longer serves your highest good. Visualize those cords being cut with divine scissors. See them dissolving into light. Feel yourself getting lighter as each attachment releases. This isn't about being cold. This is about honoring the new timeline you worked so hard to enter. If you've been feeling that pull, stop ignoring it. That's divine guidance. Start planning. The universe is preparing a place for you. Others don't need to relocate, but you do need to shift your daily environment. Change your routines. Find new coffee shops. Take different routes. Explore new areas. Break every pattern that keeps you energetically tied to your old life. It gets lonely at first, not because you're doing something wrong, but because you're operating at a frequency most people haven't reached yet. You're seeing things someone can't see, feeling things someone doesn't feel, understanding truths someone's not ready for. That creates natural separation. You can't connect deeply with people still living in the illusion you just woke up from. But this loneliness, temporary, it's the transition phase. You've left the old, but the new hasn't fully formed yet. You're in the void, the gap, the space between what was and what will be. You're not who you used to be, but you're not yet who you're becoming. You're shedding old skin, but new skin hasn't hardened. This is the vulnerable phase, the uncertain phase, the phase where you question everything. Did I make the right choice? Am I being punished? Did I ruin my life? These questions are normal. These doubts are part of the process. But let me be clear, you made the right choice. The people wondering where you went, they can keep wondering. The ones asking what happened, they can keep asking. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your transformation. You don't need to justify your choices to people who weren't there for your pain. Someone doesn't get to understand your peace because they didn't experience your chaos. Doesn't get to question your boundaries because doesn't know what you endured. Doesn't get access to your new life because didn't support your growth into it. They had a chance. They blew it. Now they get to watch from a distance while you become everything nobody believed you could be. You're being strategic now, moving in silence, keeping your plans private, not broadcasting every move. That's wisdom. That's spiritual maturity. You learn that not everyone deserves access to your vision, that some people throw negative energy at your dreams, that jealousy is real and the evil eye exists, so you protect what matters by keeping it close, by not announcing until it's done, by letting your results speak louder than your words. You've tasted freedom, and there's no way you're returning to prison. You've experienced genuine peace, and chaos is no longer appealing. You've felt what true alignment looks like, and you're not settling for anything less. This is your new standard, your baseline now. And anyone who can't meet you at this level, they don't get access, period. Your intuition is sharper than ever. You're receiving downloads constantly, getting sudden insights, having prophetic dreams, seeing signs everywhere. Your spiritual gifts are activating rapidly because you're no longer surrounded by people who drain your energy or make you doubt yourself. Without all that interference, your connection to the divine is crystal clear. You're being shown your true purpose, not the watered-down version you accepted before, not the safe path others wanted for you, but your actual soul mission, the real reason you're here, and it's bigger than you imagined. More impactful than you thought, more aligned with who you truly are than anything you've attempted before. This is why the old timeline had to collapse completely. Your purpose cannot be fulfilled from that old frequency. Your mission requires this upgraded version of you, the healed version, the awakened version, the version that's not afraid to stand alone if that's what it takes. You needed to be stripped of everything inauthentic so you could rebuild from pure truth. Yes, it hurts. Yes, it's hard. Yes, there are days when you question everything. But look at what you've survived. Look at what you've released. Look at how far you've come. You did that. You had the courage to let go, even when letting go felt like dying. That takes someone exceptional. That takes a chosen one. And that's exactly what you are. You're not like everyone else. You never were. You tried to fit in for years, tried to be normal, tried to play by society's rules, but it never worked because you were designed for something different. You were made for this, for transformation, for evolution, for breaking generational curses, for creating new paradigms, for showing others what's possible. The people from your old life cannot comprehend this level of transformation, operating from a completely different value system, measuring success by external markers, money, status, titles, material possessions. But you're measuring success by internal peace, by alignment with your soul, by authenticity, by freedom, by joy, by purpose. These are two entirely different languages, two completely different realities, and there's no translating between them. So stop trying to make someone understand. Stop hoping someone will see your perspective. Stop waiting for validation from people who don't have capacity to give it. Your vindication isn't going to come from someone admitting mistakes. It's going to come from you living so authentically in your truth that someone's opinion becomes completely irrelevant. I must interrupt this transmission for just a moment. Are you really chosen? Prove it. It's easy to watch videos about chosen ones. It's another thing to put yourself to the test. If you're still here, that means something, but talk is cheap. Real chosen ones take action. That's why I built Destiny Engine. It generates personalized sequences that help you rewire betrayal into transcendence, turn isolation into sacred power, and transform their downfall into your rise. We are using the Dark Elite's own weapons against them, taking their declassified consciousness technology that programmed competition and scarcity and repurposing it to serve divine justice. You put on the headphones, press play, and watch your enemies choke on the rope their own lies created. If you're done consuming and ready to prove you're chosen, start your Destiny Engine for $1 today. Join the Obsidian Inner Order live checks and watch divine justice accelerate in your life. Link in the description. You're already seeing glimpses of this, moments where you realize you haven't thought about someone in days, times when you catch yourself genuinely happy without needing to prove anything, instances where a name comes up and you feel nothing, no anger, no sadness, no longing, just neutral indifference. That's real freedom. That's true detachment. That's the new timeline taking hold. Keep going exactly as you are. Keep cleansing your energy daily. Keep protecting your peace fiercely. Keep saying no to what doesn't serve you. Keep honoring your intuition even when it doesn't make logical sense. Keep trusting you're being divinely guided even when you can't see 3 steps ahead. This is your season. Your time, your moment, everything you've been through was preparation for everything that's coming. The message coming through clearly is this: you're exactly where you're supposed to be. The confusion you sometimes feel, just the old timeline trying to pull you back. The anxiety that shows up, other people's chaotic energy bleeding into your field. The doubt that creeps in, just fear of the unknown. But underneath all that surface noise, there's a deep knowing, a rock-solid certainty, an unshakable inner recognition that this path is correct. Listen to that knowing, follow that certainty, trust that recognition, because that's your soul speaking directly to you. That's divine guidance flowing through your system. That's your higher self confirming you're on the right path. Everything else? Just noise, just interference. Just the old world trying desperately to keep you trapped in old patterns because your evolution threatens the status quo. But you broke free. You actually escaped. You transcended limitations most people accept as permanent, and now you get to build something beautiful from scratch, something authentic that reflects your true self, something that actually aligns with your values. You just need to keep walking forward, keep rising higher, keep becoming more of who you truly are. Because the best response to anyone questioning your transformation is simply becoming so undeniably yourself that someone's confusion becomes their problem, not yours. You're on a completely new timeline now, operating at a higher frequency, existing in a different dimension of reality, and from this vantage point, there's no going back, only forward, only upward, only toward everything you've been praying for. So let someone wonder. Let someone talk, let someone obsess. While focused on your past, you're busy creating your future. And that's the fundamental difference between people stuck in old patterns and chosen ones actively creating new realities. You're paving the way just by living your truth, just by refusing to go back, just by honoring your growth, just by protecting your peace, just by following your guidance. You don't have to be perfect. Don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to keep going, keep trusting, keep believing, keep choosing yourself, keep following the signs, keep listening to that inner voice. So keep going, chosen one. The universe has your back in ways you can't even imagine. Your angels are actively guiding you toward your highest good. Your ancestors are clearing obstacles from your path. Everything you've been through was preparing you for everything that's coming. This is just the beginning of your new timeline. The best parts are still ahead. Now let's talk about what's really going on behind the scenes that you haven't fully grasped yet. The people wondering where you went aren't just casually curious. Someone's experiencing something deeper, something spiritual. When you shifted timelines, you didn't just change your habits or your mindset. You literally altered the energetic signature you emit into the world. And the people who were used to feeding off that old signature, they are now starving. They can feel the absence of your energy in their system, like an addict going through withdrawal. Think about how you used to show up in someone's life. You were the one who got called when emotional support was needed, the one who always had time to listen, the one who made excuses for bad behavior, the one who gave third and fourth and fifth chances, the one who absorbed negative energy so someone else could feel better. You were an energetic food source, and now that supply has been cut off completely. No wonder someone's freaking out. No wonder someone keeps checking on you, not just missing you, missing what you provided. Some don't even consciously understand what's being felt. They just know something is off. Looking at your name on a phone and feeling this weird emptiness, scrolling past your profile and feeling unsettled, hearing someone mention you and feeling this strange anxiety spike. Someone's subconscious mind is screaming that something valuable got lost, but ego won't let anyone admit it, so stories get made up about why you changed, telling themselves you got arrogant, or you think you're better than everyone now, or you've been brainwashed by new people. You stopped being an emotional dumping ground. You stopped accepting mistreatment as the price of connection. You stopped giving your energy away for free to people who never valued it. And now, someone's scrambling, trying to figure out how to get that supply back. Some try the direct approach, reaching out with fake concern. Others try the indirect route, talking about you to mutual friends, hoping it gets back to you. Some even try the spiritual approach, sending you, quote, love and light, unquote, while secretly hoping you'll come back. And this is why some are getting desperate, sensing that if reconnection doesn't happen soon, the chance might be lost forever, feeling the window closing, feeling you moving further and further away energetically. So last-ditch efforts are being made to pull you back. They are suddenly apologizing for things never apologized for before, acknowledging hurt that used to get gaslighted away, suddenly interested in your life after months or years of being self-absorbed. But here's the thing, it's not a genuine transformation on someone's part, it's panic, sensing that access to you is ending permanently. You can tell the difference easily. Real change comes with consistent action over time. Panic comes with sudden intensity that fades quickly. Real growth comes with accountability and self-awareness. Panic comes with promises and performances. Real transformation comes with patience and respect for your boundaries. Panic comes with urgency and pressure to make decisions quickly. If someone who hurt you is suddenly showing up with intense energy, trying to fix things right now, that's not healing. That's trying to secure supply before you're fully gone. Don't fall for it. You didn't do all this work just to go backward. You didn't survive the dark night of the soul just to return to people who caused it. You didn't rebuild yourself from scratch just to let the same people who broke you have access again. Stay firm in your boundaries. Stay committed to your new frequency. Stay focused on where you're going, not where you've been. Some of the people wondering where you went are actually feeling the karmic repercussions of how you got treated. The universe has a way of showing people what got lost, and right now, while you're elevating, someone's experiencing the consequences of choices made. Maybe someone who took you for granted is now dealing with being treated the same way. Maybe someone who always made everything about themselves is now surrounded by people who do the same. Maybe someone who never supported your dreams is now lacking support in their own life. This is divine justice playing out in real time, and you don't have to do anything to make it happen. You don't have to seek revenge. You don't have to expose anyone. You don't have to prove anything. Karma is handling it. The universe is balancing the scales. Your job is simply to keep walking your path and let divine order do what it does. When people ask you what happened or where you've been, you don't owe anyone your testimony. You don't owe anyone the breakdown of your breakthrough. You don't owe anyone the details of your transformation. Some of you are being tempted to share your story with people who don't deserve to hear it, thinking maybe if I explain what I went through, someone will understand. Maybe if I tell them how much hurt happened, someone will finally get it. People who need lengthy explanations about why you set boundaries are the exact people those boundaries are protecting you from. If someone truly valued you, they wouldn't need a detailed breakdown of why you left. They would already know. Your absence should speak for itself. Your silence should say everything. Your distance should be the message. And if someone doesn't understand that, proving still doesn't get it. They're still centered in their own perspective, still making it about themselves, still not capable of seeing you as a full human being with needs and feelings and limits. So why would you waste your energy trying to teach? Why would you spend your time trying to make someone see what got refused when you were right in front of them? Let someone wonder, let someone question, let someone make up their own stories about what happened. Because while they're busy being confused, you're busy building. While they're trying to figure out where you went, you're creating a life nobody could ever imagine. While they're stuck analyzing the past, you're actively designing your future. That's the power of staying in your new timeline. You're not looking back. You're not explaining yourself. You're not seeking validation from people who couldn't see your value when access was granted. There's something else happening that you might not have noticed yet. As you've shifted timelines, you've started attracting different people. Have you noticed that? New faces appear in your life, new opportunities showing up, new connections forming that feel completely different from your old relationships. These are your new timeline people. These are the souls who match your current frequency and showing up now because you finally have space for them. When you were stuck in the old timeline, surrounded by people who drained you, there was no room for aligned connections. Your energy was completely occupied managing toxic relationships and healing from harmful interactions. But now that you've cleared all that out, now that you've created space, the universe can send you people who actually belong in your life, people who add instead of subtract, people who support instead of sabotage, people who celebrate instead of compete. Pay attention to who's showing up right now. Pay attention to the conversations that flow easily. Pay attention to the people who respect your boundaries without you having to fight for them. Pay attention to the connections that feel light instead of heavy. These are your confirmations. These are your signs that you're in the right place. These are your indicators that the new timeline is solidifying. And as these new people arrive, the old ones will become even more obvious in their absence. You'll realize how much energy you were spending just maintaining relationships that weren't serving you. You'll recognize how much of yourself you were sacrificing to keep people comfortable who never returned the favor. You'll see clearly how unbalanced everything was, and you won't feel sad about it. You'll feel relieved, you'll feel grateful, you'll feel proud of yourself for finally choosing better. The people who are wondering where you went, some are talking about you. Did you know that? Discussing you with others, trying to make sense of your transformation. Some say positive things, genuinely happy for your growth. Others say negative things, projecting their own insecurities onto your choices. Some neutral, just curious about what happened. But all are talking. Your name is in conversations you're not part of. Your energy is being discussed in rooms you're not in. And you know what? That's actually a good sign. It means your transformation was so undeniable that people can't ignore it. It means your growth was so obvious that it became a topic of conversation. It means you shifted so dramatically that people have to talk about it to process it. Your evolution is challenging someone's stagnation. Your movement is highlighting someone's stillness. Your courage is exposing someone's fear. And talking has to happen because it's making people uncomfortable. Let someone talk. Every conversation about you is free marketing for your new life. Every discussion about your transformation is planting seeds in someone else's mind that change is possible. Every debate about whether you did the right thing is making someone else question whether the same should be done. You're teaching people through your example, even when you're not trying to teach. You're inspiring people through your actions, even when you're not trying to inspire. You're leading people through your choices, even when you're not trying to lead. This is the responsibility of being a chosen one. Your life is not just your own. Your transformation impacts the collective. Your healing creates permission for others to heal. Your boundaries teach others boundaries can exist too. Your standards raise the bar for what people will accept. You might think you're just living your life, but you're actually shifting the consciousness of everyone who witnesses your journey. Now let's address something specific that might be happening. Some of you have noticed that certain people are trying to monitor your life from a distance, unfollowed you, but still watching your stories, cut you off but still asking about you, said it was done but still checking in through mutual friends. This isn't confusion. This is trying to have access without commitment. This is wanting to know what you're doing without having to be accountable for how you got treated. Don't give that privilege. If someone removed themselves from your life, let them stay removed. Don't perform for an audience that doesn't deserve a show. Don't post things hoping someone will see it. Don't drop hints hoping it gets back to them. Don't live your life as a response to people who don't even have the courage to be present. Live your life for you. Post what brings you joy. Share what feels authentic. Express yourself freely without wondering who's watching from the shadows. When you fully commit to your new timeline without one foot in the past, that's when miracles start happening. The universe rewards total commitment. Divine intervention shows up for complete surrender. Breakthrough happens when you stop hedging your bets. You can't experience your new timeline fully while still checking if people from the old timeline are paying attention. You can't step into your destiny while still looking back to see who's watching. You can't become who you're meant to be while still caring what people who didn't support you think about your transformation. At some point you have to make a choice. Old audience or new life. Someone's approval or your freedom. Someone's understanding or your peace. Choose yourself. Choose your timeline. Choose your future. Choose your alignment. Choose your purpose. Every single time, without hesitation, without apology, without explanation. This is your life. These are your decisions. This is your path. You're not the same person anymore. You can't be that person anymore. Even if you showed up in old spaces, someone would feel the difference, would sense the shift, would notice you're operating from a completely different energy now. And that's what's really freaking people out. Not that you're physically absent, but even when present, you're unreachable. Your energy is untouchable now. Your peace is unshakable now. Your boundaries are impenetrable now. You became sovereign, And sovereignty is something people can feel even if they can't define it. Someone senses you're no longer available for the old games, the old dynamics, the old patterns, and it's creating this panic because what got lost is finally being understood, but understanding came too late. The door is closed, the bridge is burned, the chapter is finished, and no amount of wondering or asking or trying to figure it out is going to change that. This is your time now. Your season, your moment, and you're not sharing it with people who didn't earn access. You're not explaining it to people who wouldn't understand anyway. You're not defending it to people who don't deserve your energy. You're just living it, fully, powerfully, authentically, unapologetically. Welcome to your new timeline, chosen one, where the only opinion that matters is the one looking back at you in the mirror, where the only validation you need comes from your soul, where the only approval you seek comes from the divine. This is where your real life begins. This is where your true power emerges. This is where your authentic self finally gets to breathe. So keep shining, keep rising, keep becoming. The universe is watching. Your angels are cheering. Your ancestors are proud. And your future self already thanking you for having the courage to walk away from what no longer served you. This is your moment. Own it. This is your timeline. Protect it. This is your life. Live it fully, boldly, completely, because you didn't survive everything you survived just to play small. You didn't break free just to stay quiet. You didn't evolve just to hide. You're here to shine. You're here to rise. You're here to show everyone what happens when a chosen one finally chooses themselves. And that's the answer to everyone wondering where you went. You went to find yourself, and now that you found yourself, you're never getting lost again.